Greetings to you, greetings and welcome. So, I am here to share once again. This is me, Annalie QB, a man to monitor your movements. This was a little talk, a little get together between Wodamaya and ES, Eat, Love, and Migrate. Ah, yes, a man to monitor your movements. So, I want to press play for a little. Mr. Wodamaya was saying to ES that she need an African man. The conversation was short and weightless. It was one of those things that really didn't even need to happen in any time, because it was so pointless, really. But I see their point. Me being me, who I am, Annalie QB, out here in these YouTube streets, I know what's going on. So I came to touch on this monitoring spirit thing because it's a very real thing, and it is taking people's lives. It is destroying lives. As ES and Wodamaya is here laughingly, jokingly playing, it seems to be playful. It seems to be harmless. And as Mr. Wodamaya playfully, harmlessly stated, a man to monitor your movements. He said ES needed an African man because her movements needed to be monitored. Now, from my experience with Ghana and Ghanaian people and a Ghana man, it's the first in my life I ever came up on monitoring spirits. I never knew what it was all my life until I got involved with Ghanaians. Monitoring spirits, they come in the form of lizards, cockroaches, ants, birds, cats. You could be in a whole nother country and you might see a weird bug sitting in the corner of your windowsill. And believe it or not, that's a monitoring spirit. When Wodamaya said this, it seems to be innocent. A lot of you folks out there, you know that it is not innocent. ES, on the other hand, in this very moment here, she took it innocently. But I'm sure in time, she'll find it is not so kind after all. So I'm going to press play for a little bit.
Whoa! I don't believe it. I don't believe it's not women.
When you are in America, the police will monitor your movement. But here, you need to get a man who.
I definitely have that. We definitely
that's what I want to know.
Movements that are monitored, absolutely.
Yeah, so which means that you found love.
Can you be more specific? So we have to get down to the details. Let's be more specific.
Okay.
Be more specific.
Stop. Let's just jump right over here. Let's jump over here to my beautiful sister. Talk, my lovely lucid lady.
I didn't really speak on it, but there definitely was severe mind control and manipulation and handling taking place during the year of 2020 from a very specific group and a very specific person working through other people to do so.
Yes. In my life as well.
And I've been trying my best not to name names.
Me too.
But I'm fucking pissed off.
Me too. Hold it there. Oh, glory be to God. So as me returning, as I did return from Ghana, the saga still continues. This sister is speaking about her year 2020, and there was an incident with an upload of her and an individual that was using a lot of mind control on her. They uploaded an upload called Surviving 2020. I need to go and check it out. I will go and check it out because I had the same experience with these people from Ghana. They're into a lot of occultic deeds and rituals, and just to me it's a lot of demonic activities, a lot of devious plots and plans going on that is really life threatening. It's detrimental to people. This sister here is speaking my very story. So very, very similar. And she's speaking on the fact that sh she's speaking on the fact that it is so difficult to even talk about the levels of mental and physical mind control abuse that you face, and how you enter in these occults not even knowing. Yes, yes, we enter into these occults not even knowing. As far as this sister ES here, she knows. She knows very well. As far as this sister here, she didn't know. As far as this sister here, the ones talking, me, Annalie, I did not know. I also did not know. I didn't know what I was marrying into. I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I fell in love with a man from Ghana and went there, married him, had a relationship with him that lasted years, and a marriage that went on for years and years, and it people die. Yes, it's deadly. It's deadly. And then it's even another aspect to it when you are like a walking dead. It's like you're not dead physically, but they can also kill you. They kill you. They kill you in the spiritual realm. They killed you in the dream realm, in other realms, and you're like walking around just like empty. Let me just pause and let her talk.
Like, I'm pissed off that I literally have to start my life all over again, while somebody literally
Yes.
just fucking like try to like just switch places energetically, because this is nothing but an energetic.
Same thing here. I literally had to start my life all over again from scratch. I lost everything. I lost everything, and I was supposed to lose my life. My flesh was supposed to be dead and buried and gone, along with my son. My son is Noah D'Angelo Howell, that is his name. He died at the age of 22 as a result of this occultic, evil, wicked thing that is happening. This sister here said, it was something she said once. It's a lot, so I can't even manage to speak on this subject. But anyhow, yes, I am still here. However, I have to start. I had to. I had to start all over again from scratch. I had to start. They even when I left Ghana and came back to America, I had to go back 10 years back. Like the same place I was at 10 years ago. The same neighborhood, the same street, the same nothingness from 10 years ago. That's where they dropped me. They dropped me 10 years behind, so I had to start over. It could have been a good thing. It could have been a not good thing. I don't really know, but all I know is I had to start over, and even backwards starting over.
Energetic game to this person. This is nothing. We are nothing but pawns and numbers to this person. Now, I know that people that are part of the group, I know there are some people who want to say something and they really feel like they can't.
They can't.
Because once the handling starts, it seems like there's no end. It seems like you can't really get your mind back because the subconscious has been infiltrated and infected so much so that it's still a lot of residue from the programming. Now, I don't know much about cults, and I brought up that shit. And it's very interesting that when I made my first video, because I'm talking about these levels of control, high levels of control. Like when I say high level, damn near running the goddamn internet. So all of that. I'm surprised that even when I made my first video and I started off talking about cult trauma and cults, that nobody even mentioned, like, what are you talking about? What cult?
Because
I'm very surprised.
They get blinded.
Because I know that this specific group,
they get deaf and dumb.
Sends their people out, or
people,
even
they
if
make
it's subconscious,
deaf and dumb.
Sends out the command to take up the full space, to take up space, and can actually control comments and delete comments off of other people's page because I saw it happen. Just to filter out and control even how people are expressing themselves. Second video I made, I went live. All of a sudden, my comment section, my live stream wasn't working. I couldn't even see live comments. I've never had that issue going live before. Couldn't even see live comments, so you guys couldn't even interact with me or ask me questions. So, there was that. And that was the safe video. That was my video of like, you know what, I'm making amends, which is everything that's happened. And I'm just here to just send an empowering message. Goodbye. But what happened to me, I do not wish this shit on anybody. And it's targeted to women specifically. To unaware women. This programming, this level of programming is meant to break down the psyche of a person. Even see live comments. I've never had that issue going live before. Couldn't even see live comments, so you guys couldn't even interact with me or ask me questions. So, there was that. And that was the safe video. That was my video of like, you know what, I'm making amends, which is everything that's happened. And I'm just here to just send an empowering message. Goodbye. But what happened to me, I do not wish this shit on anybody. And it's targeted to women specifically. To unaware women. This programming, this level of programming is meant to break down the psyche of a person and basically pull their complete, like everything just fully apart so that the psyche becomes so compartmentalized, like literally creating altars within a person through the constant programming, through numerology, through ideology, through the days of the week, through the planets. And at some point there's knowledge there. But when it turns into programming, that's a whole different level because your subconscious is now separating itself on purpose. And once you break someone down so much so through that programming, they're easy targets to hypnotize because you broke every part of them apart.
Yes, ma'am.
So you get to fill in the whole with programming.
That's what's going on with this one here right now. That's what's going on with she's getting broken down. She don't even know it. She think it doesn't show, but it shows very well. It shows. Here's the thing. A friend of mine said to me the other day, he said, you see, Anna, one of the difference between you and ES is that you cannot be broken down and then put back together the way they want it. But she can. She's a willing participant. You are not. Yes, I'm not, and I wasn't a willing participant. I was not willing to participate. I participated for some time until I found out what was going on, and what was happening was so horrific and horrendous that I'm no, I cannot bow to that. I cannot willingly participate. So while ES is over there, she cannot come back to America for reasons some of us are quite aware of. I will not speak on that right now, but she cannot come back to America. So she has no choice but to be a willing participant. Yes.
Constant seedings of subconscious bullshit, pulling people into whatever neural network or hive mind. So
yes,
I don't really want this shit to happen, and it's already happening.
It's already happening. Yes,
I was a specific target in this shit.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
I really was. I was a target.
And let me just say, while I'm here doing this, how I really came to know Lucid Living TV. I was a subscriber from about 4 or 5 years ago. I was a subscriber. I was subscribed. However, I was not an active subscriber until I was living in Ghana in 2018. Lucid Living TV and this face right here was brought to me by my Ghanaian husband, the man that I was in an entanglement with, still is in an entanglement with. That was the man, and how he brought you, this face and this channel, to the forefront of my world. It was him speaking about lucid dream. He brought this channel and this face into my world by speaking about lucid dreaming and telling me about the power, something about power in lucid dreams. And from there, that's when I was on this channel here in Ghana. And I remember in 2018, I remember looking at this girl and listening, and I thought she reminded me of me, but something was disconnected. Something was disconnected. Yeah, and anyhow, I still watched her and listened to her teachings, her talks and her YouTube, whatever. And then for 2019 and 2020, I was not there anymore until recently, about a week ago. This channel and this face came back to me. And as soon as I saw her, I knew. Because you see, when one of us has been down that road, we can recognize it in the other one. And this is exactly why my sisters like ES and all the other sisters that are getting caught up into this, going back to Africa and this African, and everybody running down the occultic ways and this ancestral thing, and it's really tragic. It's a tragedy, because as I tried to say in 2019, I try to warn people, and I try to bring the message to say, hey, be careful. There is a monster here. Be careful. This can take your life. And even worse than death. Because death is not even the worst of what these people are doing while they're targeting women like you and me and the other one that was on here. We are a target. I said it in 2019. I've been saying it on my channel, but there's another thing that the monitoring spirits does and doing. The occult, what they are doing is they're doing all kinds of rituals to silence us, to make us cannot even remember words to speak. They put us in a definitely bamboozled, baffled, kind of unclear way, form. So we can't even convey, we can't speak like we should, like we can. We get to the point where we can't really articulate when we're very good at that before. But this is what they do. They cause, like the sister said earlier, comments disappear off of your wall. People start disliking you. Glitches just happening. Weird things just popping off. You can't get up. You can't stand up. You can't think right. You just discombobulated. You just get so discombobulated. They went after my cousin. See, my son died. I had another cousin years ago that died. They were after me because of my Facebook page. From my Facebook page, other branches started going after my family members in Jamaica. One of them got a hold of a cousin of mine in Jamaica. By the time he was finished with her, that girl was calling me, crying, begging me to help her to not commit suicide. She lost everything. She ended up in the hospital. And this is going on. There's a monster out here. And the monster is targeting women, us, me, and my sisters. Me and my sisters. And then they think that I am supposed to stay silent. And I am supposed to run away and hide. I will not run away and hide, and I will not be silent. I will take up my sword.
Even down to the point where even if I reached out first, that was also planned. Because this person works from the future on back. This person remote views and goes ahead in the astral and works his way back. So he knows everything that's going to fucking happen before it happens. So he infiltrates the dream space and the astral space. Why? How do I know this? Because I had dreams about this shit like 2-3 years ago before it even happened. Mm-hmm. And when I met him, and when shit happened, I knew, oh, this nigga, he went into dream state, astral state, to find whoever he was looking for. You're talking about astral quest, questing in the fucking astral. That shit is real. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That shit is real. 2-3 years ago, I had a dream about a man who looked like the dude from American Gods in my dream. And he was sitting in the classroom and he was asking people, specifically, he was looking for a specific birthday. And in my dream, he said, anybody's birthday. I'm looking for somebody's birthday who is 9/16/1983. And I raised my hand and I said, oh, that's my birthday. And I guess I won the prize for whatever the fuck. This was like 2-3 years ago. And I was like, that was interesting. And then I come into this group. It took me a while to actually join the group because it wasn't like a thing for me, you know, but I respected the information and I learned a lot from this man. Actually learned a lot. And I give him a lot of credit for a lot of the occult information, the symbolisms. That's just, my mind just goes there. Like, I love getting into that stuff. So the language is there. So yes, I would watch videos, but I wasn't necessarily involved in a private group. This happened months later. It took me months to join in because I had my own group as well. So, I was just basically supporting when I saw something pop up. And yeah, we did a couple of videos together. People were even saying stuff about that. So there was a pull-in that I wasn't necessarily aware of, but I'm still, of course, taking accountability. So I reached out for the first video. And I know I'm being spied on and watched right now.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
I don't care. Because this is how this shit works. This is how this shit works. And I'm only saying this shit because it ruins fucking lives.
Yes, it does.
That's why.
Yes, it does, mama. Talk.
Like, niggas would be standing right here.
Yep.
Because this shit happened already, by the way. This is a lag. 3D is a lag.
Wow.
So in dream state, this shit happens. This conversation that I'm having, dream state.
Wow.
Happened already. So you'll have people astrally spying that'll be standing here listening to me in real time. Right now, in this moment. But this shit was witnessed like 2-3 months ago.
Monitoring
So
spirits.
homie knew that I was going to make this video today. So there's planning. So when you go ahead in the astral plane, you can plan for the catch up of what's supposed to come, what's supposed to happen.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you can never really catch up, because if someone has this talent and this ability to constantly go ahead into the astral plane and plan backwards, so that you never even have a chance to catch up on your forward, because every single step is manipulated from the future on back.
All right, but no, sister, know this.
I'm like, how is that?
But know this, sister, it's a beginning. The fact that you know and you understand so very well what is going on, that's a beginning to build a wall or have a tornado or make an earthquake. See, the fact that you are aware of this going before you ahead in the ethers or in the astral realm, in the dream world, you know that they're going ahead. It's kind of like whenever I go to kill a fly, I would have the fly swatter, right? And I'm holding it up, hanging up high. And then when I go down to hit and kill that fly, I go backwards. Go like, how can I say? Because the reason is, flies, when they've landed, right? When they take off, they fly backwards first before they go forward. They always go backwards first before they go forward. So the best way to kill a fly, when I go to kill that fly, I go from behind that fly. I know that motherfucker finna go backwards. So you know that fly finna go ahead of time. So you know what to do.
How is that even a way to live? What's the point of all of this? And I think low key, this person wants this to happen for some reason. And I'm just like, I gotta be that person. I gotta be that person. This person wants this to happen, wants me to make this video. First, I'm not gonna make excuses for him. But for some reason, I feel like,
narcissistic.
you know what, I'm not even going to speak on that, because that's none of my business. What's my business is what happened to me and how it happened.
Like, what's my business is what happened to me.
It's a slow build of breakdown and programming. So y'all know who I'm talking about too. I refuse to say his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So after I make the first video,
It's
the
okay,
second
because
video,
another thing is, see, whoever you're talking about, that energy has multiple bodies out here. It's kind of like cloning, you know. Who was it? There was some guy recently, and they were saying like, it's a movie. Will Smith have a movie out where they had cloned him, and then even his clone had a clone, and the clone even got offended when he saw the other clone. They're clones of this person. So it's that man that you were dealing with. He's got his body, but that same energy that's in him, that same energy was in my man and her man and her man and her wife and her wife and his wife. You see, they spread out. You said it earlier. You did.
then the third video, right? So there's like this whole thing. Clearly these occult rituals take place. I'm not aware of this shit. Call me Neo, the pre-fucking Neo state. I don't know what's going on. So according to these people who are so deep into the occult, people like me who are very smart, right, and very
Right.
like aware to a certain extent, but
Right.
I'm still not in the know of like the secret
Right.
society
Right.
shit. So I don't
Right.
know all the secret rituals that go on, all the merging of energies and shit.
Right.
I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I don't completely know who I am. Like none of that. I don't know any of that. So there are these merging rituals that happen, you know, where you have to like be in a very specific kind of order with very specific types of people to get certain rituals done. Energetic
When
rituals.
you said the merging, I think you just made me crack a nut here, girl. Merging, cause I I had an epiphany, I guess, when in the dream world I kept on looking for my husband. I would travel and go to Ghana in the dream looking for him, and sometimes it's lucid, sometimes it's not. But from 2019 to 2020, now I'm always looking for him and I can't find him. I'm looking for him and I can't find him. Before, in 2011, 2012, 2013, 14, 15, I would go, I wouldn't even have to look for him. He was waiting for me. He was always waiting for me. And then now all of a sudden in the dream world, I'm going to look for him and